This is Paul. Yes. You know, I'm sitting here. Yeah. I got one bus ticket. Yep. 90 cents. I'm out of money. I don't even have enough for a coffee refill. Oh my gosh. And when I get to this place of my personal finances, I start thinking of lawsuits, where I could reap billions of dollars. Now, I have informed law enforcement that I'm really wanting my five sons, and they seem to think that they're wards of the states or the United States, and they have a right to keep them from me when I have the right to the victim's resources that the petitioner has had for the last 7 years. Now, I'm happy for Heidi if she actually did get a job working in a school district that has knowledge of the abduction and kidnapping of my sons. Of course, her employer's getting sued, and then there's those lawsuits on behalf of the petitioner. If I found out that she did not institute the actual motioning of the court to reissue the protection order, I'm going to have enough attorneys to represent her in every lawsuit so that everything she gets ends up in my pocket. I'm thinking my ex-wife is really going to want to be nice to me, considering she abducted my sons on July 2nd of 2011 and then had made up a story that I committed domestic violence and child abuse. Now, I've really went through the harassment, the torture, the terrorism, the refusal to enforce the laws, and when I document that, I'm wanting my victims' rights enforced and the resources. And law enforcement decided, well, we'll just cover this up. We'll say the guy's mentally ill. We won't enforce the laws. We'll falsify court's documents. In fact, we'll file motions in court in the name of the petitioner that she herself didn't acknowledge. Now, you would say, well, then who committed the crime in Brennan, Washington, or who committed the crime in Sequim, Washington? I don't know. I wasn't in Sequim, Washington, so somebody else must have done it. Now, when you think about this whole question of, well, if I didn't do it, who did it? It must be that somebody else should be in prison right now. For the idiot that keeps thinking that way, I didn't commit the crimes, so for you to refuse to find out who the fuck did is another crime. Now, when I don't have enough money for a coffee refill, I start thinking about the actual property of those that are mandatory reporters, those that are crisis responders, those that work in domestic violence charities, Healthy Families of Clallam County, where they decided that I must have been the guy that did the victimization when I had the evidence that I wasn't in that city on December 31st. And I have the evidence that I wasn't in Brennan, Washington. And I have the evidence that I didn't do any cyber stalking. Now, who's the fucking bitch that doesn't understand that if I didn't do it, who the fuck did?